you have a lot of open centers, as it's called. When you look at the image, there are 9 triangles, squares in the image. And those are called centers, and each center has its own theme and, I would say, function. And when I looked at your profile, I saw that you have a lot of open centers, which means that you're sensitive to other people's energy in that area, which is great for the work that you do, because you are able to not only feel other people's energy, but you also amplify it. So what happens, especially in the work that you do, is that you can sense what is going on in a company, what's going on with people. You can just sense it, which is a great talent to have, because then you also have the power and the energy, because that's also in your chart. You have the energy to transform it and to guide people through the change. You have the energy, you have the drive actually to do that. But having we're getting a bit technical here, the top 2 triangles of your body graph, they are your head center and your Ajna center. The head center is all about ideas and inspiration. And the Ajna center is all about translating those ideas into action. In your case, they are open, which means you literally have an open mind, which makes you an ideal partner to work with. Because when you have a goal, and especially in change, it's like, okay, this is where we need to go. But for you, with an open mind, it's like either we go left or we go right, but we will get to the point of change. And this is a great element to have. Now, there are people in human design who are like, yeah, you have a lot of open centers, so you're very sensitive. I say your sensitivity is your talent, as long as you do the things that really light you up. When you are in an environment that doesn't resonate with you, that doesn't really feel right, or that doesn't really need your talents and skills, or when you start adapting and adjusting to what people want, that's where your sensitivity is tripping you up. And I think that's what happened when you had the burnout situation.
Makes a lot of sense. And just even starting from the beginning, from the initial stages where you spoke about the strategy and authority, like connecting people and transformation and change. I mean, they're not just my authority and strategy. They have been everywhere around me throughout my life. It's not like I was born and I was 16 years old and then I thought, I'm going to work in change. What a great idea. I'm going to connect people. I had no clue.
You've always...
And that's the annoying part, because for a very long time, I believed that was a weakness of myself. I don't know who I am. There was nothing to respond to. I responded to the environment, and therefore I felt I'm everything. I'm everything and nothing, I can be today a change manager, tomorrow a communicator, a day after tomorrow I'm a podcaster, and so forth. Is like, I feel like an octopus with 1,000 paws. But I guess what it entails, or what it means, is just which environment are you in? What kind of information are you observing and analyzing, and what are you translating or transforming through that? And that's how I came into working with change and into organizations like KPMG and ING. And we're talking about large, huge scale transformations, like hundreds of thousands of employees. And that's just to show how, sometimes the things we believe are our weaknesses in life, like I cannot choose, I cannot make up my mind, I don't know what I'm supposed to do in life. They're not weaknesses. They're signals that you're not working in alignment with your higher path. And if you would know your human design, like you're explaining, Nicoline, you would realize, oh, wait a second, I just need to place myself in the right environment, receive the right information, and respond from that space. And that's okay. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with me, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's such a beautiful example that you gave. that you have done this your entire life. You weren't aware of it. And at some point you're like, yeah, well, I can be everything and anything. And that's actually an enormous trait to have. Instead of thinking of it as a flaw, this is a great element, but you need to be aware of it, because when you're in your power, you are like a chameleon. You can be everything and anything. When you're in the shadow of that power, you could lose yourself. You could be like, yeah, but who am I actually? But then now you know, and then you can take your personal leadership and okay, this is my versatility, is my strength. This is my super talent. And I need to, just retreat a bit. Make sure I spend enough time alone to come back to what I want and what really lights me up.